Hey peeps, Pinkle16 here, on a video to detail to you the events of the next couple of videos that I'll be releasing. Mainly this video will focus on, this update kind of video will focus on the nostalgic content series, which, as I've seen from its first 2 episodes, has gotten a lot of views, so clearly some people like it. But I'm going to have to change the plans I made for the nostalgia content around. The other 2 videos that I had in plan store for small videos, they're still on the way, and they're still going to happen. In fact, I just have to get around to editing them. However, the nostalgia content, I have to detail my changes because I have gone through every single possible opportunity I had to record this game that I was going to show you, but I can't record it. So I'm going to have to tell you the story behind well, the game, how I got the game I was going to record, and a small story about said series, which was part of that episode that was going to be. So episode 3 will be different. I may have to also record episode 4 and maybe 5 alongside them because of the way VirtualBox, because of the way my Windows XP works, and VirtualBox doesn't exactly have a good save state system. So what I'm going to tell you is what episode 3 would have been, and what happened that would have contributed to it, but the events that led to its inevitable problems. So, I usually detail this stuff on my Twitter in a tweet longer, but most people usually don't tend to see that, so I'm going to explain it in a video right here and now. This video is all about it, so why the hell not? I'm going to show you a small picture of what I was actually going to be playing the game from. This game, this series, this franchise was, yes, something I was interested in 2004. In fact, it was probably the thing I was most interested in, considering that Kid Pix, which came from the same place, I only got for the sake of that taunt in the I made a boo boo yeah guy. So that was the only reason I got stuff like that. I didn't get much else aside from that, because it was what I was completely obsessed with at the time. Book Club was a small catalog that I think was from Scholastic, which was in schools, and it had mostly educational stuff in it. Or, well, it tried to be educational, but the stuff, it could range from books, Book Club, to toys, to little stationery, to even actual full-fledged video games, which one of my friends actually got a PS2 game from said Book Club catalog. You basically paid money for a set of items that was in a little catalog, and you bought, like, and they would ship the item to your school, and then your school would give it to you in the class, which was basically how I got some random things in my childhood, like Kid Pix or other things. Other people bought stuff too, but they would usually buy other things. So, yeah. It was quite influential back then. And that was how I obtained this, which came with a PC game, which I wanted to record. I'm not particularly sure what about this game separates it from Kid Pix and not being able to record, since both of them are compatible with Windows XP and, coincidentally, 7. Consequently, 7, I mean. Like, both of them, both XP and 7 are very similar, so XP compatible games are compatible with 7. So I can play it, And I was definitely playing it when I first recorded it. It was an hour-long session, and I would have sped it up and edited it, but Fraps didn't record it. Fraps, which is what I used to record most of this stuff, Fraps didn't record it at all. I ended up with the audio, but there was no video. In fact, it was the smallest video I got was when the computer flickered before it turned the game full screen. And KittyPix was full screen too, which makes me wonder why it was so hard to record this time around. It might have to do with something to do with the resolution, considering that KittyPix didn't exactly change the resolution to that of safe modes, and this game did. I tried Control-Alt-Delete, and it just... on a 16:9 monitor, it's actually kind of creepy to just see this giant amount of text, and it's just... oh god. So, after that failed attempt at recording, I then attempted to try and record it again, but it didn't work. So, I tried recording the audio, I tried finding footage. I tried finding footage that someone else could probably put, and I could put it in random spots. Cheap, I know, but yeah, no one else recorded this game, so I would have been the first if I actually had put it up. But no one had recorded it. And so I decided, oh, this is going to be really stupid. I'm going to tweet this to Twitter. So I tweeted to Twitter that I was practically giving up. But then I thought, oh, wait, I have that VirtualBox, and I can run Windows XP in it. Maybe I can run the game in it. So I installed Windows XP and VirtualBox on my new computer. Ran VirtualBox, which is basically an emulator for operating systems. And VirtualBox was basically running it just fine, the installation process, but then the moment I start the game up, I only hear the sound effect from it starting up. And the screen goes black entirely. It literally went through everything before, all the checks. The game literally could run. I'd given it enough so then the game could actually properly run, but it didn't run. The screen was black. Well, the screen of the guest computer was black, so... and it continuously not responded on my guest computer, so I've now come to the point where I can't even record that. So, unless you wanted to hear my audio track, that's not very, that wouldn't have been good, is what I'm saying. So, I got it back then because I was obsessed with that series as a 6-year-old, extremely so, to the point where people at school knew me for it and probably avoided me for it. So, yeah, it's because of that I can't... it's because of these problems that I can't leave episode 3 to be that. In fact, I wanted episode 3 to be that, but I couldn't do it. So episode 3 now has to go through the rest of the colored discs, which are the green, blue, and yellow ones. And I still have to go through all the rest of the nostalgia content games, assuming they'll record similarly to KittyPix. So, yeah, that's kind of a problem. So episode 3 is probably going to be delayed a small bit while I work on the other 2 videos, which will be Amiibo Rules episode 1 and the Roblox video, which I wanted to do. You might not know about this, but those were my projects, and you'll see them in the next couple days. Well, and then after that, or during them, I will be working on the Curse of Invincibility Frames Part 16 and making sure it will definitely come out soon. I want to make sure it is finished, and I will tweet progress on Twitter. So, because that's where I usually am. So, yeah, I do want to find a way to record the game in the future, but yeah, the game is full screen, so, and of course blasts my resolution apart, so I tried to find a way I also tried to find a way before I went to the Windows XP route in the guest computer. I've tried to find a way to make it windowed, but that didn't work. While the game's files are practically open for the editing, there's nothing that stops it from being full screen. I looked in all the possible places, But the only thing I found were the files for the game, like pictures, animations, code. But that's it. I didn't find anything that forced the game to be full screen that wouldn't force it to be full screen, so that would help me to record it. So I ended up not being able to record it. I want to record it eventually since it is a part of that specific time and does qualify as a nostalgic content episode, but it has to be delayed, and if it will even probably be recorded at all. Of course, it's part of the cringe part, but hey, that's what the nostalgic content is for. Cringing and remembering. So yeah, that's why I can't. That's why episode 3 is not going to happen in my original plan. Episode 3, 4, and 5 might have to happen with the 3 discs together since VirtualBox, my Windows XP guest computer, is flipping me about activation, and you all know that Windows XP isn't supported anymore, right? So yeah, that's a problem. So I have to record them quickly, so then, I don't have to keep resetting the disc every single time I want to unrecord a video. So I have to organize that at a later date, a soon date, but a later date. So that's my plan for the nostalgic series at the moment. So see you all, have a good day, peace.